This is Marietta from the Business Champion Show. Every week, I sit down with people who build our communities, small business owners, dreamers, and doers who turn challenges into opportunities. Their journeys remind us that success is about heart, courage, and connection. Join me as we celebrate the champions among us, right here in Connecticut and beyond. Visit thebusinesschampion.com and be part of our growing community. Let's do this. Hello and welcome to The Business Champion. I'm your host, Marietta Camera. And today we're going to talk about free seminars. Do they really work? Many businesses today offer free seminars or workshops. You see them advertised, financial planning seminars, real estate investing classes, health talks, marketing workshops, and many others. The idea behind these events is simple. A professional invites the public to attend a presentation where they explain a topic or share their expertise. In theory, the audience learns something valuable, and the business owner builds trust and possibly gains new clients. But there is an important question behind all of this. Do free seminars actually work? For whom? And even more importantly, what really happens behind the scenes when businesses organize these events? Today, we're going to look at this and how this model works and why the results are often very different from what people expect. Now, I'd like you to know I've been doing seminars, workshops for the past 30 years and events all the time. So I know a thing or two. So let's get started. You tuned into the Business Champion Show. I'm Marietta Camera, your host. So why do businesses offer free seminars? I think we all know this by now, but let's get into it a little further. From a business perspective, seminars can be an efficient way to reach potential clients. That's true. Instead of meeting people individually and repeating the same explanations many times, a professional can present their knowledge to a group of people all at once. This allows them to demonstrate their expertise and establish credibility. When people see someone speak confidently about a certain subject, it often builds trust and makes the audience more comfortable. And that's what it's all about, considering that person's services later. So you have all seen online in papers and so forth, in libraries, at certain restaurants, people of certain industries give seminars. They invite you even for a nice dinner and everything. So it usually starts around March because they know nobody's coming out during the winter months or any other event where people have to fight the snow and everything. So it starts around March where people are entertaining. Let's give it a shot. Seminars are especially common in industries where people need education before making decisions, such as financial planning, very, very true, health services, real estate investing, and business consulting. Now, same with my industry, with my work, it needs an education first. So, in theory, a seminar allows the business owner to teach, connect with people, and create opportunities for future business relationship. And after all, when we go to a seminar like that, we want to make sure that person, the presenter, we can trust them and we like them. That's why I go. I wouldn't buy from somebody I don't like. Anyway, now let's talk about the reality of attendance. However, anyone who has organized public events knows that attendance is never guaranteed. It's never guaranteed. Many people sign up with good intentions, but life often gets in the way. Oh, yes, I can have shows on that. Now, the weather can play a role. A rainy or snowy evening may cause people to stay at home. But it all depends on what the topic is. I have had, way back in the days, It wasn't that long ago. But remember when gluten-free was first over 10 years ago, it was a big thing when the gluten-free pizza first came out. And we had an event, it was in June. I remember it was already warm weather, and that night we had rain. It was a rainy night. People still came out to our workshop. It was held at a local Westport high-end kitchen and bath place with a working kitchen. What I'm saying, a working kitchen. You could actually cook in that showroom. And we had one of our chefs there. And it was a great event. And I didn't expect too many people, but we had 25 people, which is a lot on a rainy day. Anyway, let's get back to the text. Work schedules can also interfere, especially if someone ends up leaving the office late or gets stuck in traffic. Family responsibilities are another factor. Someone may need to take care of children, handle something unexpected at home, or simply feel too tired after a long day. All true. We just don't know. You know, sometimes people also lose interest. We all have gone through where we see something and it sounds interesting, and as we get closer to the day, it doesn't sound that good. Maybe I'll go another time. So the point I want to make, all of these are not guaranteed attendance. Now, the business owners know that. And I have had zero people many, many times, let's say at libraries. When I say many, many times, I say I had zero people sitting in libraries in the seat. I had zero people sitting at other events. So you really it forces you to think, okay, an event in January, people have to fight in snow, the general thinking and so forth. You it you fine tune everything over the years. So um about the finance people, the social aspect of sharing a meal makes the event feel less like a presentation and more like an evening out, which encourages people to attend. I attended one. It was a financial seminar. It was in Newtown. Exquisite food. Once they were finished with the presentation, we received our food. I wouldn't go again. For a meal? Absolutely not. There is no social setting because they have the room booked for a certain amount of time. After everybody has the food, get out. You don't have time to socialize. You hardly have time to talk to the presenter because they say, "Oh, call my office." So I wouldn't do this. No, I don't need the free meal. I know what that whole thing was about. No, I wouldn't do it. No. So go if you have serious consideration. You want to get more information. You want to change professional financial people. You like to maybe look at it at a different firm, or. So do whatever you feel is necessary. You need to do. But for myself, I don't go out. I did it once, and that was it. Now, screening or pre-qualification. That just happened to me over the weekend. So this means the organizer contacts people before the seminar and asks questions to determine whether they are the right audience for the event. So I can see that in the finance business. They want to make sure if they give a Medicare presentation, that there are people that are close to retirement or maybe on Medicare already. That I can see. I'm used to that in the finance business. For example, a health seminar might focus on specific issues such as weight loss, sleep apnea, or anxiety. So I have held many, many seminars with professionals, with the doctors on weight loss, sleep apnea, or any health issue. We have never, ever called the people up who signed up and said, "Oh, do you have sleep apnea, anxiety, weight loss?" We've never done that. So I was very surprised. I came across a health professional over the weekend, and I had signed up to get, to learn more about, the different modalities. And unless I had all of the weight loss problems, sleep apnea, or anxiety, um, I wasn't invited. Maybe next time, he said. I was shocked. I said, well, I'm in community media. I like to report on different things. No, I said, I have had anxiety this past week. I said, same with aging. Everybody's concerned about aging. He didn't jump on that with the aging, even though he had it advertised. There was no seat for me. I found that very, very strange in the health business. So the organizer may ask potential attendees whether they struggle with those issues before inviting them to the event. That's exactly what he did. So I didn't qualify. The reason for this approach is simple. The presenter wants the room filled with people who are likely to benefit from the topic and possibly become future clients. Now, what this medical professional was anticipating, oh yeah, he has several for weight loss. People always have a weight loss for, and think that they instantly have clients as soon as they sit in the seat. They have patients. That's not how it works, Mr. or Mrs. Healthcare provider. Absolutely not. People come out to get information and then they're still not ready to do something, whether it's about weight loss or sleep apnea or whatever. Now, if that health professional doesn't know about selling herself or himself, they have another thing coming. Just because you pre-qualify doesn't mean anything. It's just another step. It's just another step. Because I wouldn't go to a seminar. And first of all, I have to like the person. Let's say I like the person. I'm not ready to do anything yet. I do want to learn about, let's say, weight loss or sleep apnea or aging. I'm not ready. This is People go to seminars doesn't mean they're ready, willing, and able to jump on board to change their life. I've learned that. But for a business professional, those are all the steps that you have to check. So, and don't be disappointed if nobody signs up because you're thinking wrong. I was shocked when I heard, oh, they don't have a seat for me. I said, well, you're not offering me a plate of food. No, he didn't know. No, okay. Oh, I left it alone. So, from a business perspective, this allows the presentation to be more focused and increase chances that the audience will be interested in the services offered. I get that. So, let's just say you have three categories: weight loss, sleep apnea, and anxiety. Let's just say, right? So, it's easy to tailor your presentation to that. That's very easy. I mean, you don't have to know you already know that when you pre-qualify them, what they're interested in or what they have. Not He didn't. I'm going back to that professional. He wanted me to have all of this, or one of the many that he. So I'm just telling you, there are different. There's a different way of thinking. Okay, you have an audience, and it's a broad subject. People may not be interested in all the details, with sleep apnea, because that's when you don't pre-qualify. That I understand. But let's just say you have certain modalities where the audience is made up of three categories. It's easy to tailor your presentation to that. It's not a big deal. It's in the people's mind. I do it all the time. So, however, this approach also raises an interesting question. Should businesses be more transparent about this in their advertising? And I say absolutely. If the seminar is designed for people with very specific problems, there is a difference if they're looking for people with specific problems or interest. He was looking for very specific problems. It may help to say clearly in the advertisement. That way, people understand the purpose of the event from the beginning. Now, he made this seminar, this talk, as an open invitation for various modalities. So, he did not specify that he's looking for people with these specific problems. That's why he wasn't interested in me. I wasn't a patient, becoming a patient. When seminars work, so free seminars can work very well when they provide genuine value. People are usually happy to attend educational events if they feel they are learning something useful. Absolutely. That has been my my finding in all these years. Successful seminars usually have a clear topic, a knowledgeable presenter, and an environment where attendees feel comfortable asking questions. When the speaker is authentic and truly interested in helping people understand the subject, the audience often responds positively. People want to like that individual and they want to ask questions. No, you don't have it. You have it? No, I don't. Well, I'm not interested in you. That's what he did. The event becomes more than a presentation, it becomes a conversation. This is how we work. In these situations, the seminar builds trust. People may not immediately become clients. That's how it is, but they leave with a positive impression and may return later when they need help. So when seminars don't work, seminars can fail for various reasons. Low attendance is one of the most common problems. Even when many people register, only a portion may actually show up. That's true. Very true. That's part of the game. Another issue occurs when the audience feels the event is simply a sales pitch rather than an educational experience. Well, that depends on the presenter. And do you know, many times the healthcare professionals, they think, oh, just because they have a title behind their name, people just come and people gravitate to them. Absolutely not. A doctor has to sell him or herself just as much as anybody else. Why would anybody gravitate to them? They're not used to it. A financial professional, however, or other sales professionals, they know that. Another issue occurs when the audience feels the event is simply a sales pitch rather than an educational experience. I said that. But people generally attend seminars expecting to learn something. If they feel pressured or uncomfortable, the event can have the opposite effect of what the organizer intended. A lot of professionals just don't have that fine, intuitive thought and feeling. They just don't have it. And we don't care if you have a title behind your name. If you don't make us feel important, you're out. So clarity is very important. If people attend expecting general information but discover the seminar is focused on a narrow issue, they may feel the event was not what they expected. These factors can make the difference between a successful seminar and one that leaves both the presenter and the audience dissatisfied. You know, at the end of the day, seminars are not just about marketing strategies or business models. They're about people. It's about us. A marketing system may bring people into a room, but the success of the event ultimately depends on the connection between the presenter and the audience. People respond to authenticity. They want to feel that the person speaking genuinely cares about the topic and about helping others understand it. When that connection exists, seminars can be very powerful tool for building relationships and trust. It's the presenters that botch it up, folks. Um, we need information first. We need to trust people first. And a lot of presenters say, I put this important topic together and I only had two people sign up and one came. Why am I doing that for? Look, you're thinking wrong already. You got to do things more than once. And as long as you love the topic, as long as you really love your career, you're doing it till it works. That's what I did. So, and if this is a fast 1, 2, 3 thing, you got to get out of the business. Maybe you should do something different. We have to have these connections to our potential clients. And I have to tell you, if you don't understand that you have to sell yourself, You're arrogant, you shouldn't be in that business. And if you feel your time is too valuable to go on a Wednesday night, on a Tuesday night, and only two people signed up, and you go there and then just one sits, so what do you do? I would give the presentation. I'm already there. I already got everything lined up. Look, I wouldn't be happy just having one person there because I've had it before, but I gave the seminar anyway. It's all about getting known, figuring out what day of the week is best, and there's never one day in a week that is best. Look, it's all about doing it over and over again. But I want to get back to a typical health seminar that I want to talk about. Oh, free health seminar. Are you struggling with any of the following? That it didn't even say that. Weight problems, sleep apnea, anxiety or stress, fatigue, poor sleep, low energy. Join us for an educational seminar where we will discuss natural approaches to improving your health and quality of life. Now, you will learn why many common treatments do not solve the root problem, natural approaches that may improve sleep, energy, and overall wellness, steps you can take to improve your health naturally. Space is limited, call and reserve today. In reality, behind the invitation, the seminar sounds like a public educational event, right? Someone reading the advertisement might think, oh, I'm curious about this topic. Maybe I'll learn something. This is exactly what I was thinking. Let me see what this doctor is all about. But sometimes the real process behind the scene is different. When people call, they may be asked questions such as, do you currently have sleep apnea? Are you struggling with weight problems? So, are you currently being treated for anxiety? If the person says no, they may be told you don't qualify for the seminar. That's what I was told. And I said, I'm interested in the educational part. This can create, and especially aging. So this can create confusion because the advertisement sounded like an open educational invitation. That's exactly what it sounded like. But the reality is that the event is actually designed only for people with very specific conditions. Well, they should have done that. They should have said that. This is for people with blah, 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 blah. And oh yeah. Oh, okay. Let's take this a little further. And the irony I noticed, um, for example, aging is actually very interesting. So many of these issues listed in the seminars, sleep problems, weight gain, anxiety, fatigue, are commonly connected to aging and lifestyle changes. Yet aging itself is rarely mentioned directly. So the invitation focuses on symptoms, but not the broader reality that most adults experience health changes over time. That's why my observation felt ironic. So how should it be done? Clearer and more honest. A clearer and more transparent advertising might look like this. Health seminar for adults experiencing sleep, weight, or stress challenges. Many adults experience health changes as they get older, including, again, sleep, weight, fatigue, anxiety. I already said that. This educational seminar is designed for individuals who are currently, this is the key, who are currently experiencing one or more of these issues and are interested in learning about possible approaches to improving their health. Now, in this seminar, you will learn why these issues often develop, common treatments, approaches, lifestyle strategies that may improve overall health. If you're currently experiencing any of these concerns and are interested in learning more, you're welcome to attend. Now, if they had advertised it just the way I just read it, I would have said, well, I don't have any sleep problems except I have a cat and, anyway, but I don't have any sleep problems. Weight gains all my life. I got that under control with the doctor. Fatigue, no. Anxiety or stress, we all have a little anxiety and stress because of the current. I will say no. And anybody has stress, but I'm not being treated for it and whatnot. So anyway, So I would have known already, don't even call. They don't want you. They want people with these symptoms, with these conditions. Why this approach works better? There are three important things. Set expectations early. People know who the seminar is intended for. Avoids confusion. Attendees understand the focus before they arrive. Maintains professionalism. The invitation matches the actual purpose of the event. My experience highlights something important for business owners. If advertising sounds open, but the process behind the scenes is very select, people may feel the message was not entirely clear. So for many businesses, clear communication builds more trust in complicated marketing funnels. And I minded that very much. Anyway, so in closing, free seminars can be valuable opportunities for both businesses and the public. I do it all the time, folks. You know, and they just, if they think they can bypass selling themselves, nobody can do that. And nobody will be treated by anybody who doesn't make the patient or the customer first. So the seminars allow professionals to share knowledge and allow people to learn about topics that may affect their lives or decision. Now, people can go on the internet, but forget about it. There's nothing like having a professional of the topic right there, and they give you real advice, and not to your Dr. Google. When business strategies, seminars only work when they're built on real value and genuine connection. People do not attend simply because something is free. They attend when they believe they will learn something meaningful and when they feel comfortable with the person presenting the information. And in business, just like in life, trust remains the most important ingredients of all. Till next time, I'm Marietta Cameron.